Hey everybody, welcome back to Vegas Tips and Tricks Weekly. And do have to apologize because our show tonight, is delayed. We tried to get this together yesterday, just had some glitches and couldn't make it work. So you're all getting it tonight, which, March 11th. So anyway, hope you'll enjoy it. And those of you listening on our podcast, it's a continuation of our Vegas Memories show. Today we're going to talk about our trips in 2016. We're not going to cover them in a lot of detail today because we're going to try to get in and out of here in about 15 minutes, which is normally what we do with the YouTube video. So anyway, um, just again a few housekeeping details. We'll do a regular Vegas tips and tricks Wednesday show. We might as well just start calling it the Wednesday show again because it's on Wednesday. We'll do another resort review, and then we will be off for the next week. Although we'll probably be creating some content from Las Vegas because we are heading to Las Vegas a week from tomorrow. Very excited about doing that. But yes, we got that. And then once we get back, probably, I guess, 2 weeks from today, we'll do kind of a wrap up show. I don't know if it'll be really a vlog, so to speak. We'll probably do some kind of a vlog at the end, but probably just talk about the trip to Vegas and let you know what we discovered, what we enjoyed, what we didn't. So there you go. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer and sunnier than it has been the last few weeks because it's been kind of winter there in Vegas. So, okay, I'm going to scratch my nose. Hope you don't mind. Well, like it matters. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the trips we took to Las Vegas in 2016. And I have my little reference guide here because I'm old and I don't remember everything. 2016 was a pretty epic year for me, actually. And mostly because I had a lot of success gambling. And it kind of projected me into another level as far as rewards and comps and things like that, and also brought me onto the Las Vegas Strip. Uh, really, for the first time, other than off and on visits throughout my entire history in Las Vegas. So, over 20 years, and I probably spent, 6 or 7 trips any nights on the Strip. So, we'll start out with the first trip in 2016, and it was split between the Hard Rock and the Delano. And this was the last time that I went to the Adult Entertainment Expo. The first 3 nights that I was there in Las Vegas, I did stay at the Hard Rock, which is where the Adult Entertainment Expo was held. Had a good time. It was fun. Um, it was a very different experience being around the hotel. And surprisingly enough, and I don't know if this is still the case, you could actually get a pretty good room rate to stay there. It was just very strange waking up in the morning, maybe going downstairs to get your morning coffee and discovering a bunch of very giggly kind of girls who looked like they could have maybe been in high school, who were actually adult film stars. It was a little bit disconcerting, but also, it kind of humanized everyone around there. Um, I used to get really good comps at Hard Rock, and I think a number of people that I've talked to over the years have had that or had that same experience. Um, and so this was not a case where I got a comp, but yeah, it was a pretty good experience and had a good time there. The last couple of nights in town, however, I moved over to the Delano. That is most notable for the fact that I really had almost spent no nights anywhere at any of the MGM properties in Las Vegas. To be honest, I really hadn't spent a lot of time at any of the strip properties in Las Vegas. I had a night at Mirage in 2015. We spent a few nights at Treasure Island back when it was trying to be TI. Stayed at the old Barbary Coast, stayed at the Flamingo, and stayed at a number of North Strip properties. If you watched or listened to a lot of the podcasts, You'll remember me talking about Stardust, Riviera, Sahara, Strat, those kinds of places. But um, it was a good experience. I had stayed the previous October at Mirage and had a pretty good room offer from Delano, and it was a great place to stay. Really enjoyed the experience. I've been back there since, so good opportunity. Uh, the thing I remember most about this trip was my last day in Las Vegas. I decided I was going to work my way up and down the strip, playing at all of the, at that time, M Life properties. So um, from down at Mandalay Bay, all the way up to, like, I guess, Bellagio. I actually spent quite a bit of time that afternoon, early evening, playing at Caesar's Palace, which obviously is a Caesar's property, and had some pretty good luck. I played quite a while. I didn't really win a lot of money, but I did generate quite a few points. Almost generated 500 tier credits that night, which I didn't realize at the time, but would have entitled me to, some kind of bonus feature. I decided to go check out the Palms that night, and I played my Caveman Keno game. I hit 7 out of 8. I believe it was either 525 or $550 for that particular hit. And wow, that was pretty awesome. What a great final night in Las Vegas. And I didn't end up blowing it all anywhere either. I took most of it home. The interesting thing about that is a few weeks later, I went to my local casino in Kansas City, Harrah's in North Kansas City, and had an incredible run playing video poker mostly, some Keno as well. The first night, I think I earned something like 1,400 tier credits, which is not that easy to do unless you're betting at a really high level. And like, I think came down the next morning before I left and earned another 500, 600 tier credits. Um, Played quite a bit that sort of winter, spring, early summer at those Harris properties. And honest God, surprisingly enough, by like mid July, I was diamond with Harris, which was kind of crazy. But anyway, but part of the reason I was diamond with Harris was because of my second trip to Las Vegas in 2016, and I'm checking it out. And I also stayed at the Hard Rock. Um, it was in May. Arrived fairly late. Had an opportunity to upgrade to, I can't remember what the tower was called. It was the all suite tower that they put in at the end there for them. Um, Really nice room, and got to stay there for several nights. And then the last night, I guess, I moved over to Orleans. Um, I actually had um, gotten, I guess you would say, casino credit from Caesars at that point, and had taken some money out the first day or so I was there. Didn't have a whole lot of luck. Played a lot, but didn't have much luck. But the next morning I got up and I went downstairs and played at Hard Rock for a while and hit again the 7 out of 8 on the Caveman Keno for $500. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. That kind of gets me back closer to where I wanted to be. I ended up going downtown that same day and was playing at the old Boar's Head Bar. I guess it's still the Boar's Head Bar there at Main Street Station, and that was where I hit my over $2,200 video poker jackpot. I'd been sitting there playing for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes just at the quarter level, and was just breaking even. And I'd had a pretty good day, obviously, because I had won $500. I bumped it up to the 50 cent level, and probably within the first 5 or 10 pulls, I ended up getting the royal flush. Pretty nice. So suddenly I'm flush with money, and which was nice. I ended up paying off my marker to Caesars, and probably one of the maybe half a dozen times that I've went to Vegas that I came home with more money than I left with. So it was a lot of fun, and really one of the greatest gambling days of my life, which I guess, let me see if we can figure out what day that was. Probably like May the 12th, maybe? I don't know. But it was a great experience. So, um, yeah, and the last night there I spent at Orleans. Actually, I think I had 2 nights at the Orleans, and I ended up going over and checking in officially, but it didn't actually move over there until the last day of the trip. But so I had achieved, as I mentioned, diamond status with Harrah's Caesars, and so suddenly I had a lot more offers from them, more opportunities through them, um, and I took my parents, I guess, to Council Bluffs, Iowa, that summer, and we played quite a bit there. Got a room comped for them basically, and for me. Um, Finally got to experience the Diamond Lounge, which, well, it may not have been the greatest thing ever, but it was pretty cool back in the day. And even though I hadn't played an enormous amount at a lot of the Las Vegas casinos over the years, I did have room offers from a lot of those places. Um, and I had a lot of reward credits. So 2016, I spent the first 2 nights of my third trip to Las Vegas, the 3rd and the 4th of September at the Orleans. This is most notable for the ignoble moment when I locked myself out of my room wearing only my underwear. Um, it happened. It happened. Rough night. Sorry. Sniffling a little bit, getting over a cold. Um, and then the last 4 nights I was in town from the 5th to the 9th, I stayed at Bally's. It was the first time I had stayed at Bally's, now Horseshoe. Stayed there, I think, 3 times probably since then. Enjoyed my stay very much. I was able to get a free ride up to the Paris Tower, Eiffel Tower observation deck on my birthday. I was also able to arrange with one of the hosts to get me free tickets. I believe it was on the 7th, maybe? Yeah, I think it was on the 7th, to the Britney Spears show at Planet Hollywood. I don't think it was the Zappos Theater yet. Maybe it was. I can't remember what it was called back then, but really fun show. Yeah, I know. I know. But I like Britney. What can I say? I'm a dirty old man. But it was a good show. Had a great time there. Had a really great time just staying and playing there on the Caesars properties. And really, for the next 3, 4 years, I pretty much exclusively was playing at Caesars properties. Um, from Bally's to Harrah's, whatever. I stayed basically at all of those properties, several of them multiple times, other than the Rio, which I had stayed at before and already knew was kind of slipping a little bit. But otherwise, got to stay at all of those Caesars properties multiple times for free, no resort fees. I was legitimately diamond for like probably 2.5, 3.5 years. I'm diamond again. I have no idea why, but not sure how much I'm going to take advantage of that this year. But so that was 2016, the year I won $2,200, the year I became a diamond member for Caesars slash Harrah's Rewards. Um, One of the great years as far as my gambling and my trips to Las Vegas. So, anyway, remember, there will be a regularly scheduled Wednesday show this week, and then we will be off for a week, and we will try to bring you some Vegas content along the way. Uh, if you've listened through all of this, I do appreciate you so much. Thank you. And we will talk to you again right here on Vegas Tips and Tricks Weekly very soon Till then, hope you have a great, lucky, and healthy week. See y'all real soon. Bye bye.